All right, Iran has lashed out at 3 European countries for their policies on separatist groups in Iran in the wake of a terrorist atrocity. That's after 4 gunmen killed at least 28 people at a parade in the southwest city of Ahvaz on Saturday. Now, according to Iranian state media, Tehran has summoned the ambassadors of the UK, Netherlands, and Denmark. Those 3 countries are being accused of failing to recognize the patriotic Arab Democratic Movement in Ahvaz as terrorist movement. The group claimed responsibility for the mass shooting, which happened on the anniversary of the Iran-Iraq war. Tehran is also furious that a London-based TV channel aired an interview with a spokesman for the terrorists right after the shooting. A warning, you may find some of the following video of Saturday's incident disturbing.
We suddenly realized armed people wearing fake military outfits were attacking their comrades from behind the stage and then opened fire on women and children. They were just aimlessly shooting around without a specific target.
Four terrorists who had brought their guns to the area and hidden them several days ago undercover as civilians to watch the parade. Then they went and picked up their guns and opened fire on people.
Iran has seen frequent religious flare-ups since the 1979 revolution. The country's population is 95% Shia Muslim, and the separatist group claiming to be behind the shooting is Sunni. The Iranian Foreign Minister was quick to blame foreign powers for supporting terrorism on Iranian soil.
Terrorists recruited, trained, armed and paid by a foreign regime have attacked Ahvaz. Children and journalists among casualties. Iran holds regional terror sponsors and their US masters accountable for such attacks. Iran will respond swiftly and decisively in defense of Iranian lives.
Leader of Iran's Islamic Revolution, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei, issued a message of condolences, saying the cruel terrorists are linked to the very hypocrite and insincere defenders of human rights. Ayatollah Khamenei said the criminal act of the terrorists is the continuation of plots by the US puppets in the region that are seeking insecurity in Iran. The leader called on authorities to swiftly trace the terrorists and put them on trial. Russia, Pakistan, Iraq, and Syria were among the first countries to condemn the attack. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani said Tehran will strongly respond to even the smallest threat. Meanwhile, Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif said the terrorists were trained, armed, and paid by a foreign regime. He said the Islamic Republic holds regional terrorist sponsors and the US accountable for the bloodshed. Following the attack in Ahvaz, a former UAE official, Abdullah Abdul Khalid, said the attack was the realization of the objective of transferring conflicts onto the Iranian soil and would continue in the future. Comments by Abdullah, who is a former advisor to Abu Dhabi's Crown Prince, were echoed earlier by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, providing evidence to Iran's conviction that the US-backed regimes are the prime supporters of the terror groups in the region.
I believe that ISIL, Daesh, or Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant militant, they are trying to take the opportunity and the chance in order to, claim some kind of power. This has been done by Al-Ahwaziyya. Al-Ahwaziyya is an established terrorist group. It's known. It's not an unknown terrorist group. It has long had ties with Saudi Arabia for the past several years, and they've done a number of terrorist attacks in the same region, of course on a much smaller scale. And this group has given out a statement claiming that it is responsible. Saudis have very overt ties with Israel and the United States against Iran.
Despite the Iranian foreign minister pointing the finger at the U.S., the State Department has condemned the massacre in southwest Iran and expressed solidarity with the country's people.